I really was making progress with my guitar playing, partly from practicing bass for so long, and partly from practicing every day. I should have been more frugal in that year, but I'd eat out every day, either at BK or the bar. They used to sell the newspaper outside of BK, and one day while reading one, I came across this full-page advertisement. The ad was selling Iraqi dinars. The Kuwait dinar is perhaps one of the highest currencies you can get. For every one Kuwait dinar, you get $3. When Saddam invaded Kuwait starting Desert Storm, the Kuwait dinar plummeted to pennies on the dollar. Savvy investors saw an opportunity and bought up as many Kuwait dinars as they could get. When Desert Storm was over and Kuwait was stabilized, their currency slowly returned to normal levels. Those savvy investors were now perhaps millionaires. Now they were advertising Iraqi dinars, believing that history would repeat itself. I bought up a few million dinars, because even if they were worth 1 penny, that's $10,000 per million dinars. But with the oil that Iraq has, it could have been as high as Kuwait's dinar and thus more. It was a long-term investment, for when the country stabilized itself. It didn't work out, but that one investment ended up saving my life, more on that later. My apartment was actually on the right side of a duplex, and during the year that I lived there, I had a neighbor who moved into the left side unit for a woman. The story goes that he was from Ohio and moved down south to start a relationship with her. She insisted that he get an apartment that they could live in together. So he makes all these sacrifices for her, then 1 month into living together, she breaks off the relationship. He was stuck with a 1-year lease, in this town and state he knew nothing about, trying to make it as a plumbing contractor. We were both people who kept to ourselves, but I did knock on his door one time to warn him that I was using roach foggers in my apartment. So if he saw any pink elephants, it was time to get out of his apartment or open a window. I came back too soon and the poison had not subsided, so I threw up and took a walk to get some air. It took a second use of roach foggers to get rid of them all, but I never had a problem with roaches again in that apartment. Before that, I had tried to use electronic repellents, but they did nothing. One night when it was raining, I was watching a movie in the dark, but I could feel there was something else there. So I turned on the light and there was a frog in the room. I took it outside and let it go. Another time, I heard, bloop bloop. I went to the bathroom, but nothing was there. After that, I was in bed and I heard the bloop bloop and peeked my head around the corner, just as a rat was diving back down the toilet. I freaked out, but used bleach in the toilet every time after that. Then the craziest natural event occurred as over 1,000 ladybugs swarmed the duplex. I had never seen anything like it. But with rats, roaches, frogs and ladybugs, it took only one more plague for me to realize this was not where I needed to be.